Hello everybody and welcome back to the Texas Podcast. I am your host Gabe, and today we will be talking about the Killough Massacre. The Killough Massacre is believed to have been both the largest and the last Native American attack on white settlers in East Texas. The massacre took place on Friday, October the 5th, 1838, near Larissa in northwestern part of Cherokee County. There were 18 victims who included Isaac Killough Sr. and his extended family. They had immigrated to the Republic of Texas from Killough County, Alabama, in 1837, settling on December 24th of that year. Unaware apparently that the land made available to them was hotly disputed by the Cherokee Indians who lived in the area, Isaac Killough and his homesteaders began clearing for land to crops and building homes. Only a year earlier, however, the areas surrounding their settlement had been set aside for the Cherokee under a treaty negotiated and signed by Sam Houston and John Forbes. When the Republic of Texas Senate refused to ratify the treaty and then, in December 1838, formally nullified it, the Cherokee, who already thought they had conceded enough, became extremely agitated. The immediate and increasing influx of Anglo settlers into the lands thought to have been theirs did nothing to quell Cherokee resentment, as there was also residual bitterness among some Hispanics still loyal to Mexico. The atmosphere in the region became tense in early 1838. By the summer of that year, there were rumblings of coming insurrection from either or both of the factions, and evidence existed for collusion between them. Fearing this growing unrest, Killough, with his relatives and friends, fled to Nacogdoches for refuge. On condition they would leave the area after doing so, the Cherokee leaders agreed to their safe passage if they would simply return to harvest their crops. They did so. But on October 5th, 1838, a band of Cherokees who had not been party to the agreement attacked the settlement. Most of the Killough group, a total of 18, were killed or abducted as they worked in their fields. Those who survived fled for a time to Lacey's Fort on the San Antonio Road just west of present-day Alto, Texas. According to Dallas newspaperman Charles Kilpatrick, several of the men walked into an ambush and the Native Americans then shot down Junior, Allen, Samuel, and George Wood. They then swept uphill into the little settlement. Isaac Sr. fell in his front yard and Baracus Williams was killed in front of the screaming women. 8 settlers, including 7 women and children, were seized by warriors and carried into the forest. They were never seen or heard of again. Nathaniel Killough and his wife and 11-month-old baby girl Eliza Jane escaped into a canebrake, and Miss Samuel Killough, Mr. Isaac Killough Sr., Miss Isaac Killough Jr., and the baby William also managed to elude the Redskins. 3 weary days later, the party staggered into Fort Lacey at Alto, 40 miles south, where they found safety. A stone obelisk commemorating the event was erected by the Works Project administration in the 1930s, and a historical marker was dedicated in 1965. A man named Hawkins, an earlier settler from Alabama, may have encouraged the attack. One of the survivors recognized him in Indian garb. He left immediately when he was realized she had recognized him. Later on, Hawkins returned to Alabama and reported the attack. Later, the same survivor went to Alabama and found out Hawkins was the first to report the event. General Rusk was unable to prove Hawkins' involvement. That is it for the Killough Massacre. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.